Hello there. Well, I am so enthusiastic to talk to you about this unit of inquiry. This topic is amazing and it's so extensive. And I really think that plants are very important for our life. Okay? Remember the name of our unit of inquiry? No plants, no life. So remember that last class we were talking about some products or some treats that we can get from plants, right? One of those was wood. So, what about wood? Do you think I can eat wood? No, I cannot eat this kind of wood because this is not edible. But there is a kind of wood that is edible, and I am going to show it to you. Maybe you already know what is it. It is cinnamon. Cinnamon is an edible plant. Well, it's kind of wood that we can eat it, and we drink this plant in teas, right? Or maybe when we prepare some food, we can add cinnamon to that food. So that makes this plant edible. Okay? Now, what about this plant? Do you think I can eat this plant? No, I cannot eat this kind of plant because this plant is ornamental. We use this kind of plant to decorate our homes, to decorate our gardens, to decorate even parties. When you have a party, sometimes you buy some flowers or plants to decorate. Okay, very good. Okay, now what about this? Have you ever seen this plant? Is mint. And this plant is medicinal. If you boil this plant in maybe a liter of water, you can have an infusion, you can have a tea, and this tea help us to feel better. If we have tummy ache, if we have a headache, we can drink this tea and we will feel better so soon. So these kind of plants are medicinal. So we have seen three kind of plants: medicinal, ornamental, and edible. So right now I am going to share with you my screen so you can see some pictures that I gathered in a Google presentation so you can use your critical thinking skills. Okay, you are going to tell me if these plants are ornamental or edible or medicinal. Okay, what about chamomile? Chamomile, I think it's a medicinal plant because when I was a little girl, my mom used to give me this plant in a tea. So I used to drink this tea, and I felt better very quickly if I had a tummy ache. Now, what about this? It's kind of the same, but it is not the same. The name of this plant is a daisy. So do you think we can eat daisies? Be a thinker. No, I don't think we can eat daisies. We use this kind of plants or flowers to decorate, right? To decorate our gardens, to decorate our rooms, our tables, or whatever in our homes, right? What about this plant? What plant is this? What do you see? Exactly, it's broccoli. I love broccoli. So, this plant is edible. Do you think we can use broccoli to decorate our kitchen, for example? No, we cannot use broccoli to decorate. We use it to eat. That makes this plant edible. That's great. Let's continue. Okay, rose. What do you think about this flower? Do you think we can eat this flower? No. Do you think we can drink this plant infusion? No. We use roses to decorate. Very good. Let's go to the next. What about this one? Cabbage. Do we use cabbage to decorate? No. Do we use cabbage as a medicinal plant? Yeah, sometimes. When I was also a little girl and I had an injury, I was maybe running or something and I did myself an injury. My mom put this cabbage leaves on a pan to get it hot, and then she put that cabbage leaf on my injury, and my injury was healing very, very quickly. So this plant has two purposes: to be a medicinal plant and to be an edible plant. It's amazing. What about this one? These are tulips. Do we use tulips as medicinal plants or as ornamental or as edible? What do you think? Be a thinker. Exactly. This is an ornamental plant. Very good. Let's go to the next. This is lettuce. What do you think is that classification for this plant? You are right. It's an edible plant. Very good. What about this? Lemongrass. Look at this. I have dried lemongrass here, and I also use this for infusions for me and for my kids. When they feel sick or when they have a tummy ache, I give this infusion and they feel good so soon. Now, let's go to the next. Spinach. I love spinach, but do we use them as medicinal plants, ornamental plants, or edible plants? You rock! They are edible plants. Great. What about this? Mint, like the one that I just showed you. It's mint. It's a medicinal plant, but some people use it also as an ornamental plant. So maybe this plant also has two purposes: to be an ornamental plant and a medicinal plant. Perfect. What about orchids? Orchids are used to decorate rooms, so on gardens too. So this is an ornamental plant. Great. What about this one? Arnica. Have you ever heard about this plant? Have you ever gone to the nurse office with Miss Inez? When you fall down or when you have an injury also, she applies to you an ointment made of arnica. This is a medicinal plant. That's great. What about celery? Do we use celery to decorate, to eat, or as a medicinal plant? We use it as an edible plant. Great. And what about this? Aloe. Remember that some plants have different purposes. And I guess aloe is a medicinal plant, an ornamental plant, and an edible plant. So this plant follows these three purposes. That's great. And petunias. I love petunias, but they are only used to decorate. So they are ornamental plants. Okay, it's great. So let me stop sharing my screen so we can continue with our presentation, okay? Perfect. So now that you know this classification, you are going to make a very short activity. You're going to look for a piece of paper. You can use watercolors, you can use crayons, or you can use colors, pencil colors, to draw three plants. You are going to divide this piece of paper in three parts. In one piece of paper, you're going to draw an edible plant. In the other one, you're going to draw an ornamental plant. And in the other one, you are going to draw a medicinal plant, okay? And for our next live session, you're going to show me your work. Try to look for a different plant, not the same that we have just seen in the presentation, okay? So that's your homework and see you soon. Bye.